Welcome to another episode of Skunkwork. Today we're going to be talking about glass carvings. Now, we're in April, and June is coming up, so graduations. So we're going to make a graduation glass carving. Okay, our first step into making our glass bottle label for graduation is to get the artwork. And so what the first step into doing that is to get the artwork set up on your computer, draw something that you want to do, carving glass. So let's take a look at what I have done here. Alright, here's our design we're going to do, carving glass. And you can see here is graduated Richard Garvey, Intermediate 2019. And this will be done on a piece of film. It's called inkjet film. Now the inkjet film comes in 8.5 by 11. And not to waste all the empty space on that with just one logo, we added multiple logos in there to fill up the whole sheet of inkjet film, because the film is so expensive. We want to take advantage of all the space. These are all future projects here. And here's our second one. We're going to do these here. Now again, we're using inkjet film, and it looks something like this. See here? It's almost a clear and milky white that the ink will get fixed into there or printed on there. And we're using our Epson ET4500, and we're going to use pure black. So the next step you'll see is we're going to print them out. And again, the drawing we do, I use Corel 2017. All right. So the next step you'll see is the printing out. Here we are. The printer just finished. Make sure you grab it. We're just smear the paint, and after this, we'll go to the next step. Alright, the next step is to prep our work. So we're going to take this Snapple bottle, and with our X-Acto knife, we're going to cut the label on the back so we can carve the glass. So we're going to carve it. So at this seam right here, we're going to cut a straight line. You see, can't do it without showing the video, so let's try this. Try to cut it straight. Just follow that seam line. Basically, we're going to keep this side. So we want to cut this out here. I know it's hard to do without blocking the camera view. Let's try to do it this way. Alright, so see if I could cut that line right there. Doesn't want to get cut. There we go. Don't worry about the glue. We'll take the glue out with some cleaner. Now here, we want to keep this Snapple and the ingredients, the nutrition. So we need to cut it I'm blocking you guys again. Let me see here what I could do. Make sure I cut the right side of it. There we go. You saw that? Got a clean cut there. Now let's see if the label comes out. This side is nice and stuck. This side, sometimes you can see how it comes out a little bit. So I'm gonna re-glue that right there. It's nice and tight. So we'll use this Elmer's. It's what is that? Screw glue. Purple stuff. This stuff is really good, believe it or not. So we're just gonna dab it on there. And this will do the trick. Reattach that label so it won't come out. Okay. Now we just push it nice and even. There we go. Simple as that. Martinelli's Gold Medal Sparkling Cider. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove the front label, but we're going to leave the back. You always got to leave the back. So shake our can, and we'll just squirt that in there, and we just want to get the label wet. Doesn't have to be soaking wet. It just it helps a little. The razor blade, sharp razor blade, works the best. All right, so now see if I could do this on camera here. So basically what I do is get this blue top shop towel, put it on the knee so I don't stab the desk, the table, and hopefully you can see it. It's on camera. Okay. And just remove that front label. Shouldn't take that long. It's not very difficult. Of course, I got a lot of practice doing this, so maybe your first time would take longer. Alright, and now here is where we give it another squirt with a glass cleaner, and we get a nice plain glass bottle there. So I bumped the camera a little bit. You call that one of those accidents on cameras. Alright, so just throw in the trash, And now let's shake our can and squirt that. I'm gonna get a paper towel here. And now we're just gonna clean our glass, and the prep work for that should be done. Alright, there we go. Nice and clean. Now this bottle is ready to be carved. Glass carving on bottles. Alright, thank you. We'll see you on the next step. Okay, welcome back to Skunk Work. This is glass carving on glass. Now, we're going to continue our quest to do some glass carving. Right here, what we have is It's an Electrolyte UV exposure unit. This is part number 8796 Model E. And basically what it is just a UV blue light. This is what exposes our film that we printed out. It's okay. It exposes the film. The blue light goes through the part that's not black, and then whatever's black gets burned onto the film. Now the film looks like this. So basically, it's a blue film like this. This is an SR32 SR3000, and this is a 5 millimeters thick, and this is what is going to be exposed to what we did on the printer. So it'll look something like this. You can see the black, whatever's black will leave an impression on the film, and that's what will create our etching. Alright, so let's get started here. The first thing we have to do is go dark, because basically you can see this is yellow light. I got a special light, and hopefully you can see. I can't see the camera. If you're gonna see my shadow there, you probably will. Okay, so alright, here's the film. Now it's very light sensitive. That's why I gotta work in the dark here with this yellow light. Okay, so now basically I just use this to measure. Get it that way. Now you gotta remember, this film very expensive. I don't know why they make it so expensive, but they do. And that's one. So when you're printing, that's why you want to take advantage and print more than one project. Okay, we got our two pieces. We gotta keep everything clean. I'm going to put back the sticker here. I'm going to get back our film protecting black lining. Put it in here. Put our caps on. Basically, it's just a cap. Goes in there. Now, we have to put it on the table where it's still dark. Now, what I do is open up my cabinet and put one film in there so it stays dark. Alright, so the rule is it goes emotion to emotion. So the emotion is kind of it's a little sticky. The texture is a little different. The other side is very smooth. Same thing with this. The emotion is a little sticky and the back side is very smooth. So remember, the rule is emotion to emotion. So put both of these on top of each other. Set that to the side right there. We'll get our exposure unit. And now we're going to unclip it. And I'm going to put that there. It's very important that this is done correctly. Meaning, you don't want to put it upside down. You want to put your blue film first up against the black curtain lining, which is this. And then you want to put your next to the plastic lining, so the light, the UV light, will burn through the artwork and then hit the film. Okay, so now we put both of these on top. We're ready to go, and we're going to set our timer for 20 seconds right there. And we're going to turn our dial, expose the light. So here's where you got to be in sync, both hands. And here we go. Alright, we'll hear a little buzzer. And like I said, I'm going to grab this and put it under the table, because the timer and the lights are not sync. So we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. Now I turn that off. And what I do, I just set it up for the next one. I still have it underneath the table where it's not getting exposed anymore. That blue light will continue to expose the film. See, I got that set up again for another 20 seconds for the second one. And I just have to wait until the timer expires on the UV light unit. And once the light turns off, I could disassemble the unit and I'll have my first. There it is. Now I can bring it in because there's no danger of exposing our film. The film has already been exposed. They require 20 seconds. Okay, this is already done. Alright, so now I will set that to the side here. Get our second one. Set that in the file there. Now remember, the yellow light that I have right now using does not expose the film. The white overhead fluorescent lights will. Alright, emotion up, emotion down. Grab them both. Okay, make sure I got enough border and everything's good. Wrap it around. Snap it in. Okay, take a little peek in there. I know it's hard to see in the camera, but I have to do it. And it looks good. Okay, now we go bring this back here so you can see. That goes on top. I know it's a little dark, but we have no choice. 20 seconds. Ready, set, go. I cranked that a little too much, but we got 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright. Now I just have to wait till the UV light turns off the timer. Let's see if I can show you right there. See, that's the little timer. I've been meaning to switch that light. About a little toggle switch to make it easier. I just haven't had time to do it. But this works. Like I said, you just have to wait until. Now, once this is done, It cannot turn on the overhead lights. No, I have to work in the dark here and go wash it. So I guess I'll just continue on the film. And we'll go wash it right now. Alright, so just gonna unplug it. Maybe I have to set up with the camera, so we might just have to stop the film and restart it again. But here's our second one. Remove our ink film, and here's our film. It's just been exposed, and we put that in the cabinet here in the dark, and that's it. I'll see you on the next step because I got to set up the camera. Alright, bye. Okay, welcome back. This is the next step where we're going to wash the film we just burned in the UV light. We exposed it for 20 seconds. And this is the washer. Now, I had to put a flashlight there because there wasn't enough light to see everything. So hopefully everything will still work with the flashlight. That's the light you see right there. I'll take a picture of that a little later. But, so what we do now, let's do a cycle just to show you guys. So I'm down the controls and I'm going to set this up. You can hear it running. So I'd rather circulate it now where there's no film in there so it gets nice and washed. The water has to be kind of hot. Not lukewarm, but hot. I got heaters in there. And basically, it should be plugged into your water heater and then connect it, and then you have to have a drainage system. But you can see right here, I don't have that. So I bypass everything by using bucket heaters. And I made my own filter. And so basically, I got it on a loop going through the homemade filter and double heaters in there. You can see the steam. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see the steam coming off there. That water, yeah. And I can feel this copper brass is nice and hot. It's not warm, it's hot. So, we're good to go. So basically right here, the next step is to, you get a rag here. Shop rag, and we need to set up our film, and we hold this with magnets. Now here's the welding crease of the drum, so I use that as a starting point, and I use these strips of magnets. So, all right, very important again. The emulsion goes up because that gets washed away. You don't want to put the nice silky side down because then you're not doing anything. So I want to get that real close to that well. And we're going to wash both of them at the same time. Now you see how I'm doing this. Hopefully I'm not in the way of the camera. And then hold it here. Rotate the drum. I'm taunting it a little bit. That's so it sits nice and flush. You don't have any wrinkles in there. You don't want any wrinkles in there. Then on the end, I'm going to lock it in with another magnet. Right there. Alright. Then we're going to put a second one. You saw a picture of the file cabinet where I keep it. Again, here's the emulsion, and here's slick. You can see it, how nice and shiny and smooth. And this one has a little texture to it. So I keep it on the outside. Clamp it there. Use our magnets. Make sure the magnet is nice and clean, doesn't have any water. And then fasten it on there. Then I hold this, taunt it, make sure it sits nice and flat. There. You don't want any creases, air bubbles, or anything. And for a second magnet, there it is. Alright, let's take a look at it. See? No creases, no bubbles, nothing's gonna lift up. Alright, so now we're ready to close it and wash it. And so at this time, just remember to give me a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Subscribe and share the video with your friends and family. The YouTube channel is Skunkwork. And we're cutting, glasscuttingonbottles.com. That's the website. I'll put the website down below so you'll be able to see it. And right now I'll just lift it. Alright, here's the magic. Look at that. I'm going to get the flashlight here. And let's see here. That looks good. Alright, we did a good job. You can see everything got washed. And we need to go from here to the next step. Alright, I'll see you on the next step. Alright, the next step is to get these film out. And we're going to put on these dryer sheets, racks. So we're going to do one at a time. And this is tricky. Now, they're still very sticky, so you don't want them to touch each other or else you just ruin and damage it. So, very carefully, you want to take these out and do one at a time. Okay. Now, use the dryer sheet. And carefully lift on the bottom, slide this in there, just pull it. There it is. It's on the dryer sheet. Alright, so we'll do the next one. I gotta put this in the dryer rack. Alright. Now we get our second one here. Do the exact same thing. Remove the magnets. You can see here how it's starting to come apart. That's why you gotta be very careful. Removing the magnets. Now I need two hands. Alright, so I'm gonna hold it here where doesn't matter, it's very sticky. Alright, now I'm going to roll it up, lift one side, and then slide it. There we go. Now you see here the crease. Gotta be very careful. There we go. There's that part that was lifting up, I was telling you. Alright, from here we're going to the dryer. I'll see you over there. Alright, so from here I'm going to take you to the dryer. That's the next step. We have it here. And see if I could take this without dropping it. And then here's our dryer. Just slide it into the rack. And turn on the power. So what that's doing is just drying it. Drying the film because we just came out of the washer. Now we have to dry it. And that's our next step right there. So after this is dry for about 10 minutes, we'll take you to the next step. Alright, I'll see you there. Okay, welcome back. They've been sitting in the dryer for about 10 minutes. Now it's time to turn it off. And they're ready to be cut and be used and applied. Alright, they came out really good. See them right there? Alright, so I'll see you on the next step.